everyone, so this video is going to be a shed tour for April 2014. So it's been quite a while since I've done a shed tour, and I think the last time was actually when the cages were built, or just after the cages were built, so it's been a while. So I'm trying to keep up the routine I used to have where I did cage tours once a month and then shed tour the next month and so on. So as usual, I'm going to start on the outside. So up top here we've got this light that is a sensor light. It's really handy when it's dark in the winter and I'm trying to unlock the shed. Then we've got the door and it just says there, beware of the guinea pig. And if you can tell, we're mid-process of painting the shed. We've given it one coat, needs another coat because the side of the shed's a bit thin, but the door's finished. And then just here we've got some locks and bolts and things like that, and that's pretty much all that's outside. And when you open it, on the back of the door we've got this hook that holds the mesh door, which I'll show you in a second, lucky horseshoe, the old beware of the guinea pig sign that's a bit faded, this super cute home tweet home sign, and then of course we've got the mesh door here, which is fantastic for letting in air when it's a day where they can't really go out, but it's still nice for them to have fresh air, or you know, just want to open the shed. Even when it's raining and it's just a warm day but it's still raining, they can have this open, so it's really nice and just gives them safe access to the outdoors. And this also has a bolt, and then there's the little hook that attaches onto that, so I'll just go in and I'll show you. Okay, so now I'm inside and this is what the door and the mesh door look like, and this little hole is just so I can reach the handle. So this is what it all looks like, and I'll go this way round so you can see everything. So just above the door we've got the mains power switch, and there's light above the cages, and I also have these super sweet Easter themed bunting along the top. I don't know how well you can see them because of the light, but they are super cute and it goes along the way, and I might actually keep them because even though they've got Easter eggs on them, they're really cute, so I really like them. There's another light there. So like I said, I'll start off at this end. So this is Pippin and Dolly's cage, and this is what it looks like. And as you can tell, they need their dinner. It is tea time, but this is their cage. So above here we've got a couple of shelves. We've got one with the radio on and a little Sudocrem, because it's always great to keep it easy reach, and a hand sanitizer that's also great for easy reach. I've actually got my first aid things in a box that I'll show you in a second, but I want to try and organise those a bit more. And above here we've got a couple of locks that I use to lock or bolt the shed, and then we've also got this, so if I'm inside the shed and I want to kind of make sure this is solid, securely closed, I can just hook it. Then above here we've got pond fish food and a paper towel roll. And before I show you what's up above on these hooks, I'll show you these couple of drawers. So I've got these drawers here, and this one's got hides and tunnels and this one's got toys. I've actually swapped these around. I'm trying not to have as many things on the floor and more things in drawers and boxes and things, so they're not kind of on the floor. I'm trying to be clutter free. I really don't like clutter. I just felt I'd gathered too much junk for the guinea pigs, so I've tried to really get rid of a few things, so hopefully you'll notice how much I've uncluttered. But I hated the fact that the piglies and things were on the floor. I just didn't like it. I thought they looked messy, and every now and then I'd find a spider stuck in the piglies because they couldn't get out. So I now keep them in here, which I think's really great. I used to keep food in here. Because I've got more guinea pigs, I buy food in bigger bulk, so I need a bigger tub for those, so I can't keep food in here. I used to keep treats in here, but now I keep the treats with the food because it makes sense to keep all the food items together. So I thought this was perfect for hides and tunnels and things like that. So if I just open this is what it looks like, and it's just my plastic things. The only wooden hidey houses I've got at the moment is this one and Bailey's. The guinea pigs ruined the other two, and I'm actually preferring bridges at the moment rather than hidey houses. The only reason these two have really got one is because Dolly's new and she's not quite used to me yet, so you know, she needs a solid hidey house, whereas the others seem to really like bridges, these fiddlesticks bridges, so I think I'm going to use those more. And me and my dad were talking about making a few bridges too for them, so we're going to do that. That's stackable, so that'll be handy. So in here I've mostly just got plastic things, so things I can put in the garden. This red thing here is something I bath them in. I only bath them a couple of times a year. I probably won't bath Dolly, she probably won't need it being a female, but the boys really need it. spare bowls. I managed to get rid of a few spare bowls, so I've only got these corner ones and 3 of these and 3 of those because that's all I need for spare bowls. I've got some stools, pig loos, a fiddlesticks bridge, there's a toilet under there, and these little puzzle houses that are just my favourite houses ever. And then under here's their toys. I'll do a separate video on toys, like where I'll show everything. And in here, oh, this has fallen out the top drawer, but anyway, these are all their toys and things. So there's quite a few, and there's obviously some in their cages, but I've also got rid of quite a few toys that they don't use too, so had a bit of a clear out. But that's what those look like. And then just underneath is a little dustbin that I use all the time. So then hanging on the hooks, I've just got kind of essentials really. Nail clippers, scissors for cutting the long haired breeds, a couple of different brushes because these I use for all the coat types really, but I mean this is definitely my preference, but with Bailey and Casper it's easier to go through their hair with this, and then this, it just makes combing easier. I've got a lint brush that I use to get hair off me when I've been holding the guinea pigs, a wooden hay rack, and then this is where Marley and Casper's cage starts, but just underneath Pippin and Dolly's, well, and Casper and Marley's cage is of course Ellie's enclosure. So this is what Ellie's enclosure looks like. You've seen it before, but I'll do a proper tour. It just looks like that. And then under there I've got the divider that I used to do the split cage method with Dolly and Pippin, and I've managed to unclutter this area. I used to keep things on here, but I don't now because it's easier access for me to get to Ellie, and there's all her plugs and things under there. So here's Marley and Casper's cage, and it looks like this. They've made a bit of a mess. I did tidy it, but they messed it up again, but it doesn't really matter. Hanging above them is a hay ball, another spare hay rack. Oops, sorry, frightened them. And then 2 shelves again. On this one I've got this little really cute picture thing, and that's Bailey when he was a baby, Marley and gerbils and things, and that's just super cute, and I keep that there. I've got this travel cage thing, and in there's all my first aid things at the moment, but I really want to move them from there so they're easier to access. But it does work great to kind of hide things and keep them in there, but I just want to change it, so hopefully by the time I do a cage shed tour next time I'd have sorted that out. I've got some spare hooks and things for bottles, and then just here is a new shelf. So up here I've got towels for the guinea pigs and Ellie's stuff, and she honestly doesn't need a lot. I keep her sand in the garage, and the things in her enclosure don't really need to change. I change them around every now and then, but they don't need to change like guinea pigs do with toys. So she's got just a water bottle, food dish, and these I've never used, but the vet recommended them just in case, so I've never had to use them thankfully. And then under here I've got my disinfectant and brush and dustpan and brush, and I just love this little shelf, it's super cute. And then plugs and things, and this light for the guinea pigs, which I love. I've also got a little pen there for my whiteboard because I broke the little thing that holds the pen. And then underneath Bailey's cage, so here's Bailey and his cage, you've all seen it before. Underneath his cage I've got a polka dot mat with the food, the forage and the treats, and I just think it looks a lot tidier, it's less cluttered, and it just looks a lot better. I'm really happy with it. And I've added these labels. I actually got the idea from a new YouTuber that I discovered the other day, and I think she's called CarisLittlePiggies, but I'll put her name up in the corner now and link her in the description. But her channel's amazing and she definitely deserves a lot more subscribers. But I got this labelling idea from her because her storage is just amazingly tidy, and I really like the labelling idea. It looks neat and tidy, you can see things, what they are and things. So I really like that, so I stole that idea. So I hope you don't mind if you're watching this. So we got food, forage, treats, and I got a few treats that I couldn't really put in the big tub, like apple snacks and things in there. And then just over here I've got their hay too, which is running low, so I'll probably have to get a new hay soon, but that's what that looks like. And then hanging on the opposite wall is my pink pin board, and on this I have a dog calendar. I've got welcome to our nest sign, which is super cute. some pins. This is my letter from Once Upon a Pig for winning her contest, and I just will keep this forever because I'm so happy and excited about winning. So that's that. My card from Cody, which is something I'll also keep forever from our trade. My whiteboard, this is actually also from Cody. You can see how well used it is by the like smudged ink on it. I've got a little thermometer thing here, it's just handy to have in the shed. And then just some leaflets here. I've got rid of a lot of my leaflets because I didn't need so many, but just kind of the handy ones like guinea pigs and things, I just like them. They're just handy every now and then, so I've got them and things like this about the Burgess Supreme food, and there's Burgess up there, Selective. They're just really handy, so I keep those. And then I've got a little stool down here, and then hanging over here are all my runs. I've got 3 runs and they work great for the garden. They go in the garden whenever it's sunny, and they also get free range in the whole garden when it's a bit later in the afternoon and I can sit with a couple of them and let them run around. But these are great, I can put them all in the garden at the same time. So I've got 1 there and 2 here, and then all the way back to the door I've got my big brush that I use all the time. So that is my April shed tour. I hope you've enjoyed it. Hopefully it's a lot clutter free. If you've noticed a difference with clutter and it looks tidy, please let me know, because I've worked really hard trying to make it clutter free, and the only thing I really want to sort out now is the first aid box and clear that out a bit and make it tidier, maybe put a label on it. But I hope you've enjoyed, and I also forgot to mention I do have a pull-out desk just here. It's just this here, if I can find it, so that I can make videos on it. I also make veggies on here, and it's just super duper handy. So I'll just slide that back, and that is pretty much the shed. I'm really happy with it at the moment. It looks super tidy, and the guinea pigs seem happy enough. I don't think they care what the shed looks like as long as their cages have food in them and things, but there we go. So I hope you've enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching as always, and I'll speak to you all next time. Bye everyone.